Hi, welcome to this video on the robotic hand. I want to focus on two things, being the elbow construction and the secondary motor, which is intended to drive the elbow. And last time it showed that the motor does not exactly do what I intended. It showed that it runs either clockwise or counterclockwise depending on how the connectors are connected, and it does not respond at all to the Python code I wrote. And looking at the technical information, technical data about the motor, it turns out that it has three possible settings, being counterclockwise, resting mode, in which the motor of course does not do anything, and clockwise. And because of this, the current setup using a shared connector won't work at all. The only solution is to use a Robo.io extension, which is the extension for the Robo interface connected with the flat cable, and it has the same options as the interface, also for motor extensions, so that will be possible. With that it will be possible to use the motor anyway, but I have to see how to get an interface or remodel another robot on which I do use the Robo interface, but I will have to see how that works out. So this will not be working as I want, and that means that I will focus more on the construction and reconstruction of the elbow, because when I detach the chain from the motor, you can see that it runs freely, and instead of that it should be doing like this. So I have to find a way to get this fixed, and that is what I'm going to try. And in order to get a better idea of how it may be solved or what the problem is, I put another axis right below here. Maybe you can see it right here, and when I turn this gear manually, it slips over this axis, and this the problem is that this gear cannot be fixed any further, and that is caused by the sheer weight of the arm. However, in order to find out whether it really is the arm or just the end effector, being the original hand, I can detach the hand and now when I move it, it is actually quite easy movable. So this proves that the big problem is the weight of the hand. So now I don't have to see how to fix the elbow, because I consider it to be fixed for now. But also, can I solve it by making the physical moment larger, or do I have to reconstruct the whole arm to accommodate the hand? And that is a very good question, on which I don't have the answer yet, but we'll see about that. Another solution may be to get rid of this gear and put a motor straight on the axis. This would mean that I have to replace the metal axis by a non-metal axis, but the force on the axis by the motor should be strong enough to lift it, and that is what I'm going to try next. And I have fixed the motor, including the non-metal axis, to the side of the elbow, and unfortunately I can't test it right now because there is not enough connection, room for connection on the controller, but this should be strong enough to actually move the arm, including the hand. So all that remains is finding a solution and probably taking the Robo I/O extension from the walking robot and see if it works on this hand. But that is, I think, for the next time, because I have to find a solution to remove the extension from the walking robot. So for now, thank you for watching, and to be continued.